And a very good evening. Welcome to Sports City, your home of sports analysis. You are with me, Bill Clinton Odhiambo. Most of us are disappointed, some of the Inter fans. But then again, Man City completed a treble that they had been looking for quite some time after beating Inter Milan 1-0 courtesy of a Rodri goal that was celebrated widely. And as we speak, of course, the parade is continuing. The City club paraded all the three trophies. That is the EPL, the FA Cup, as well as the Champions League, all together. But then again, just to get a glimpse of what happened over the weekend, when we come to Man City, first of all, how can you sum up the performance that Manchester City had against Inter Milan? Right.
Inter Milan, when it comes to positioning, they are very good in it.
Right.
But I felt that they were a little bit tensed, and I told the way I told you the last time about Lukaku.
Right.
He was a good defender, but it wasn't. They didn't really mark Haaland very well, and. At the end, we saw that there was the change,
right,
where we had
De Bruyne, yes,
Kevin De Bruyne. It was about 3-4 minutes, 34.
Yes,
and there was a swap. So they brought someone in, and this time we saw that Lukaku started working very hard, but. Right. He was really, they had really marked him very tightly. So he didn't have enough time to at least even score something. So he even tried to push people to go in front, but he kept on falling.
Right.
And we had someone by that sign name who kept on encouraging them to move. But every time they tried to move, the referee was just on them. So I just feel like that luck was not on to their side. But Lukaku really tried.
Right.
So, and you saw that when after the halftime, he also switched position and he tried to score using the head.
Yes.
But it really didn't really work at this time. So I don't know if the problem was the positioning or the communication.
Right.
I really don't know what really happened, but. Luck was on the Man City side, and they also had good defense when it comes to that. So I think that has really motivated them more.
Sawa. Now, of course, just like you mentioned, it was quite an intense game with Haaland not doing as much as many had anticipated because of him being the top striker for Manchester City this season. But then again, on Inter Milan's camp as well, they tried really well, played really good football against Manchester City, tried to force back comebacks, and were it not, just like you mentioned, were it not for Lukaku's brilliant header that was stopped by Ederson, as well as the blockage, he tried to he blocked another strike that could have been a goal. Inter Milan could have walked away with this title. How can you sum up how Inter Milan played generally? Adding to the fact that Lukaku came in the second half rather, and he played really well.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
For me, I think if Lukaku was given the first opportunity to start in the first half, then something else could have happened. Because we saw that on the first half, he was seated on the bench, and when he came in, he tried all his best to defend,
right,
like the header that you've said. So, look, if Lukaku was there in the first half, I'm very much sure Inter Milan could have won the game. Because for Lukaku, he's not that kind of selfish, where we say that he keeps on delaying with the ball or something. But I also feel that for Manchester United side, for Manchester City side, they were very much awake and they were very much ready to save all the balls. Even after Inter Milan trying to push their own players to at least go and score, but we've seen them trying all the best. And also when you talk about the captain, So at some point there was confusion,
Right.
and on the side of Inter Milan, and I feel that's where Man City saw the opportunity to move. So, but it was just a bad luck.
Napoli, yes.
Or for Napoli,
Right.
so if Lukaku could have communicated earlier on how they're going to play on the wings, then that means that it could be easier for them to pass the ball and also easier for them to move around the field. So I just feel that they weren't lucky, and I pray that they accept that defeat and they come in the next time
Right.
while they've already planned themselves on the wings and with much energy and resilience. But Man City were very much lucky because we saw that Haaland didn't score because they had really marked him very much.
Right.
And also the captain really tried to score, but he wasn't lucky.
Right.
But so we also saw that the ball was in the box, but still they couldn't score that. So I just feel that Lukaku is a good defender, and if he could have started in the first half, I think they
Right.
could have finished on a draw of
Okay.
0-0, then have penalties.
Now we could pick the fact that Pep Guardiola continued to use his formation of 3-2-4-1 with Rodri pairing up with John Stones, who is seemingly playing a different role that we're not used to. Kama kawaida tunamzoea as a centre back, but this time round, the past couple of games we've seen in the FA Cup against United and also in the Champions League against Inter Milan, he's coming in and embodying this new role in the midfield sector. Can we say that in terms of formations and tactics, that is what helped Pep Guardiola to secure the Champions League?
Okay, thank you so much. For Pep Guardiola, when it comes to his structure of how the players do play,
Right.
it's on a high form and it's much far. And I think he is an international man and he knows how to position. And he knows the right positioning and the wrong positioning and also the poor positioning. So for me, I think he sat down and thought to himself, what can I do to win the Champions League? So, and also he thought to himself and he was like, there is Lukaku here, so I must have some tactics on how I'm going to deal with this game.
Right.
So that's when maybe he came up with 3-4-2-1. But for Pep, he really loves is it Rodrigo?
Yes, Rodri.
Yeah, Rodrigo.
Yes.
To play at the center, because he knows we have that
Grealish.
player
Yes.
with that sign name. So he knows these four are
KDB,
his
yes.
favorites.
Haaland.
Haaland,
Silva.
and the captain.
Good
So the
yes.
four of these are his key players. And when it comes to positioning, he positioned Rodrick at the center,
Right.
and also the captain. Then the three, can I remember the name?
Yes.
Walker.
Yes.
On the left back, because if Walker was there at the left back, I'm sure they could have scored.
Right.
But Pep was very much aware of that. That's why he kept him on the bench. So I felt that he had already studied Inter Milan's game
Right.
and knew all the tactics of Lukaku. That's why he used the positioning and decided to place Rodrick in the middle so that it becomes hard for
Yes.
Lukaku to get a score. So that's why it made Lukaku very tight and it made him play very carefully, not to try and have a foul for them to be scored by Man City.
True.
But I accept, and For me, I will say that Pep is a very much qualified coach, and I would love I would love to encourage other coaches to learn from Pep Guardiola.
Okay. According to Manchester City coach Pep Guardiola, it was already written in the stars, and that is what he had to say after the game. He's talking about how he became the first manager to win a treble with two different teams. He did it back with Barcelona back in the 2008-2009 season, and right now with Manchester City in the current season now. We have that highlight for you on how it panned out between the two teams over the weekend, as well as the explosive interview that Pep Guardiola had after the game. Take a look. Over between Manchester City and Inter Milan. But then again, let's just have this conversation where Lukaku, despite the fact that he blocked the goal for Inter Milan getting in, and also his effort was stopped by Ederson, there are rumors that he might make a return to Chelsea. Would you want him to get back to the Premier League side? Ama bado baki Inter Milan kidogo?
Thank you so much. For now, I saw Lukaku, he wasn't really happy. He was angry. At first, when Lukaku joined Inter Milan, he was really active and he really participated very well. And when it came to some connection with the players, he really connected well with the players. And his attitude and morale was very much high.
Right.
But for now, we've seen he's more of a silent person, a quiet person. So I feel that I have some concerns of maybe when it comes to the second season, or there are some issues or something that made when it comes to Edison here, when he blocked his so I feel like that there is a problem for Lukaku, and maybe it concerns finances,
right?
And that's what maybe it's making him behave the way he's behaving. Then another thing, maybe I've also heard about the same gossip of him moving to Chelsea, and I feel that when he moves to Chelsea, maybe his energy and morale will come up again, because of late it's going down and down and down. And as you can see, he's also, most of the time when he's in the field, he's wasting a lot of time.
Right.
So maybe when he comes back to Chelsea, he will have a good relationship with the coach, and his morale will just improve with time, rather than when he played in the Champions League, because he's more of a quiet person. And also, he didn't even want to ask why he wasn't in the first 11, because he didn't first play the first half. So
yes,
if he moves to, I wish, if that is his wish to move to Chelsea, it's okay. Because we have Everton, Aston Villa, Northern Forest. So if he chooses to move to Chelsea, it's okay. Because if he doesn't, I think he will be wasting a lot of time because of the family issues that he has. So if he moves to Chelsea in the England, or maybe he moves to Northern Forest, or he moves to Everton, I feel he will be good. Or even if he moves to Man City, I feel he will be good. So I've heard about those gossips, and I've also seen him get disappointed. So I feel it will be a good decision.
Of course, the same is going on with the Inter goalkeeper Andre Onana. With the Chelsea rumored to be scouting him, and he might make a move as well. But should he make a move to the Stamford Bridge, you'll be having a Mendy goalkeeper, Kepa there, and also Onana, who waachilie nani abaki nani aende.
For me, I think and I believe that Chelsea has a big problem, because there is favorism in the team. For when it comes to Mendy, he's a good player, he's a good goalkeeper. The problem is they have a new management, and they're really focusing on Kepa. So for Kepa, he has really continued to work. But for Mendy, I think he's disappointed, and that's why his skills of goalkeeping are also deteriorating. So for me, I remember there's a time that Mendy tried to goalkeep but they really scored. They scored using the side wings. So, you remember that game? There was a time they were playing with Manchester United,
Right.
and Kepa was really doing his best. And but it reached a time where he wasn't really defending the goal very much, because when he was going on the left, the person scoring was using the right. So I feel like Chelsea have a very big problem, because the goalkeepers are really trying their best, but the problem is also the players. But if they do that, I'll congratulate them. But for me, I'll continue supporting Manu, because they're just the king.
All right. Another player on the limelight, as far as the Champions League is concerned, is Erling Haaland. Not only he joined the likes of Calvin Phillips on the team, being amongst those who have won the treble in their first seasons with the Manchester City. But when you look at his statistics, for example, 53 appearances, 52 goals in general, 9 assists provided. He became the first player, to join a club and win the Champions League Golden Boot winner. The only player who did that was Cristiano Ronaldo with Manchester United. But then again, this season he also completed the Premier League Golden Boot winner, as well as the Premier League scoring top scorer record. Are we bound to see this kind of performance next season with Erling Haaland?
For me, I feel what happened with Ronaldo is also going to happen with Haaland, because right now we have seen Ronaldo has moved to Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
And also, like, now back to Haaland, I feel like when he eats a little bit more, I feel he's going to score more. But for now, Haaland is very lucky, because he gets poor defenders. But if he gets these defenders who know their work, then it will be hard for him to score. So for me, I feel that he's only lucky. But I pray that Haaland continues with the same way that he's playing, because I perform sana. And when it comes to scoring with the header, you see he's good at that. So, and that's what made him win the Golden Boot. So I feel like when he comes in the next season, I feel he's going to do the same thing. And I also pray that is it Greenwood or Rashford to come back in a good form, not to come back with injuries at every time. So I pray that when they come back, they have saved enough energy for them to play. And for also Rashford, I also feel like he shouldn't play alone. He should at least give assists so that he can save some energy, and also they can contribute to the other people, to contribute to the team winning. Because Haaland is very good, and he's tall, and he can really score. That's why he won the Golden Boot.
So yet we are going to find this out more when the next season begins in August. But then again, that was the Manchester City claiming the 2023 Champions League feat that that also secured the treble for the club. Pep Guardiola being the first manager to win the treble with 2 different clubs, just like I mentioned earlier, with Barcelona in the 2008-2009 season, and as well as Manchester City in this season as well. Interestingly enough, before we take a quick breather, the last Champions League football tournaments, that is the finals. Remember Bayern Munich in the 19 and the 20 season, Chelsea in the 2021 season, and also Madrid in the 2021-2022 season, and including Manchester City this season as well. Zote zimeisha 1-0. Is it that is the performance deteriorating? Ama namna gani? Is football getting more harder and harder? Yes. What do you think?
I think that's normal for Champions League. So I feel like most of them, they normally see the camp before they start playing, so this confuses their mind. So I feel like they lose confidence before they go in the field, and even if they try very hard, it becomes so hard. So I just feel it's more of confidence. So that's why it links on a 1-0
Right.
and people go back to defend because they lack that confidence of going to score another one. So most of the time that's why you will find out that they will always get a 1-0. So most of them, yes, they really want the goal and the cup. So I feel, and also I also feel that the coach always tells them ensure that you win.
Right.
So if you win, even if you score one, it's already enough. So I feel like the coach always tell them to just get a win. So that's why most of them is just a 1 and they go back to defend. Because the coach, all he wants is the cup. For example, when it comes to Pep, he is not even stressed when they score that 1-0, and he said that in the interview.
Right.
He really understands his players. So that's why when he was in Barcelona, he was able to do the same thing. So and when the players started being lazy, he left Barcelona, and that's why he came to Man City. So for him, I feel he really understands his players and he accepts each and every one of them. So I just feel it's more of morale and also the fact that they have.
Sometimes I wonder if you're a Man City fan or Manchester United fan. You're supporting the individual too much. But then again, ladies and gentlemen, we want to take a quick breather. That was the Champions League in a glimpse. In case you didn't get a chance to watch the match, that is how it went down between the two great teams. Beg your pardon, because getting to the finals of the Champions League is never easy for any team, and we hope that next season it will be more interesting and more challenging. Hatutaki Man City fike pale tena. I believe I speak for many when I say that you don't want Manchester City to be in the finals once again. But then again, we are taking a quick break, but when we get back, Elvis will be coming back with our guest, talking about how he's doing well in the motorcycle industry. Sindio? Hapo sawa. Don't go anywhere, keep it Science TV.